On River State matter, Tinubu broke Nigeria's constitution and the National Assembly is very weak. Rotimi Amaechi says, can you imagine? So Tinubu broke Nigerian constitution by declaring state of emergency in River State. And the National Assembly is very weak. They are not able to tell Tinubu that what he's doing is not right. Can you imagine? So the question is, when you were there as Minister of Transport with Buhari government for 8 years, what did you achieve for the people of South, for the people of Middle Belt and South, and Southeast, Southwest? What did you achieve? Why are you speaking now as if you are a saint? That is the question I have for Amaechi. But again, let's get into the details to hear more from him. Former Minister of Transportation Rotimi Amaechi has insisted that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu broke Nigeria's constitution by removing Governor Siminalayi Fubara and declaring a state of emergency in Rivers State. Amaechi also expressed disappointment over the ineffectiveness of the National Assembly in the matter, describing the Red Chamber as a very weak institution that aided Tinubu in instituting an illegal government. So the former Rivers State Governor spoke at the 9th edition of Akinjide Adeosun Foundation AAF annual leadership discourse themed Fearless Leadership, a panacea for sustainable development, organized by AAF yesterday in Lagos. So Amaechi said, for a governor or a president who subscribes to such a concept, it is what he or she does that is law. It is not what is in the book that is law. There is also the non-observance of the basic principles of law. This is where government is not by law, but by the whims and caprices of an individual leader, like the current pronouncement of an illegal and unconstitutional state of emergency in Rivers State, aided by weak institutions like the National Assembly, which is very, very weak. So what is even more alarming is that the breach in the situation is not even about law. The president didn't break any law, he broke the constitution. Can you imagine? So Tinubu broke the constitution, not just law. Okay? So now the breach of the constitution is a breach of the sacredness and sanctity of the constitution. So the constitution of a country is the Bible of that country, and its sanctity must be protected. So can we say the same in Nigeria? Obviously, the response would be a resounding no. The president looked at the whole Nigeria and removed an elected governor in Rivers State and appointed a military man. Yet the country continued. Nothing happened. He lamented. So Daily Post reports that Tinubu had a few weeks ago declared state of emergency in Rivers State following the prolonged political crisis in the South state, which is Rivers. So the president also suspended Fubara, his deputy, and the members of the State House of Assembly. He later nominated Ibokete Ibas as the administrator of Rivers State, we know. So the question now is, Amaechi is now speaking. When Buhari was misbehaving, where was he? And I'm sure that is the question the Yorubas will also ask him as well. But we know that what Tinubu did is very wrong. The question is, who in the Nigerian politics is better? If Amaechi is the president today, how will he behave? Somebody that came from the front of television that is never corrupt, that he doesn't like money. A whole Amaechi will tell you that he doesn't like money. So it's unfortunate that most of these politicians that are claiming to be old now started as miscreants and continued into politics and now raising miscreants to take after them. And even at old age, they're still behaving as political miscreants. Quite unfortunate for a country called Nigeria. So Amaechi is now speaking. Why is he speaking now? Is it because the government is not in his favor? In his own government, when he was there 8 years with Buhari, what did he do? The only thing he did was to construct railway from Katsina State to Niger Republic. Finished. And then construct another railway from Abuja to Kaduna and Kano. Finished. There's nothing he did in the Middle Belt and in the South, even in the Southeast, and not talk of Southwest. So Amaechi, the question I want to ask is, does he have these moral justification to speak against a corrupt government like Tinubu's government, when he was also a part of a corrupt government under Buhari and is also a product of a corrupt system? No, I think the answer will still be no. he doesn't have the moral justification to speak about Nigeria and about Rivers State. Okay. So now somebody says, show me a frustrated man and I will show you Mr. Rotimi Amaechi, of course. The guy is talking because nothing is on his side now. The current APC group are Southwest group. They are not Northern group, so he wouldn't have space there. When Buhari was there, Amaechi was there raising River State money to sponsor Buhari. At the same time, went to the north, getting Northern Islamic traditional titles. He was turbaned several times. So now he's speaking. No. Because at least applaud him for saying the truth this time, even though he is politically irrelevant. Not just politically irrelevant, he's one of the corrupt politicians that put Nigeria in this state. Somebody is saying Tinubu committed an impeachable offense, yet the corrupt and demonized National Assembly approved it. They shall all be destroyed when the wrath of God comes upon them all. And so those who are supposed to challenge the president are watching, and he continues to rule whichever way he wants. You people should stop complaining. Amaechi, so you are still alive, Abi? Oga Park, where I'm telling you, they will tell him. Amaechi is not a clean politician. He has one of the biggest problems, as well as because right from when he was the governor of Rivers State to when he sponsored Buhari in 2015 and all of that, you cannot tell us that Amaechi's hands are clean. Another person saying, pot calling kettle black. You that borrowed money from China on behalf of Nigeria for unborn Nigerians to pay through fuel subsidy removal, just for you to build the railway from Abuja to Maradi, Niger Republic, for the easy transport of terrorists, jihadists, bandits, Boko Haram, ISWAP, Al-Qaeda, ISIS to Nigeria, and established Transportation University in Daura. You abandoned Lagos Port Harcourt Railway. Is that not worse than what you think President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu might have done? Just keep quiet, neither in Port Harcourt nor active in Abuja. Exactly. Amaechi does not have moral justification to speak now. He should be quiet. As I say, you're gradually coming out of your shell after a bloody nose betrayal from Buhari. Of course, when he was contesting for APC primaries, he didn't know that Buhari will frustrate him.